Hello guys and welcome to part 2 of Aria Montgomery's house from Pretty Little Liars. In this video I will do the rest of the furnishing and probably some minor changes of the floor plan again. Yeah, the kitchen you see right there will be going to be a lot smaller because you don't really see the kitchen as much in the series, and especially the right part of it, and the part which is at the moment the bathroom will vanish eventually and become part of the kitchen and part of the second living room and the study room, I believe. And yeah, I'm now furnishing the whole bathroom, and after a while I will delete it because it didn't fit into the floor plan. But yeah, you can watch the furnishing and redesigning of the bathroom right now, even though it will be deleted. And yeah, I think I rewatched the series at this point again and just looked at the wall decoration and the whole decoration of the house again, and looked what I could hang up on the walls and which furniture I could use, because Aria's house has a really unique style, I would say. A lot of wood and brown furniture and very, very many columns. Somehow, I don't know why. I never seen this before. Eventually, well, not eventually. Maybe it's not that unusual in America as it is in Germany, but I didn't see this before. Yeah, here I try to figure out what to do with the small corners right there, and I think I will reposition the stairs eventually, because the floor plan was a little bit different than I imagined it. I don't know if I'm doing this right now, but I will do it eventually. Yeah, I think I'm doing that right now. And I think this is also the point where the bathroom has to go. Well, it wasn't really that pretty because I don't know how to furnish a bathroom in that some kind of old-fashioned style, as this house is. Yeah, I just imagined something and made it up somehow. Repositioning some of the windows and the furniture of the living room. Trying to make a combination of both the outside and the inside of the house, because as I mentioned in the previous video, it's really difficult because a lot of the rooms they actually show in the series aren't really positioned or located in the actual house, and that's why the shape and the floor plan of the rooms are quite different than in the series. Yeah, as this is a really big living room, I didn't really know what to do with it. And so I'm just putting a lot of tables and sofas and chairs and something like that into the room. And I think I will reposition the furniture after a while, because now it's concentrating on that one part of the room, but there's a lot of space on the left side of the living room, and that's why I changed the position after a while. And yeah, trying out different furniture, but there are a lot of different browns and wood colors in The Sims 4, which is quite, well, not annoying, but it's kind of frustrating and irritating, because if you try to match the wood color, it isn't really possible, because there are so many different colors, and I think it's just with the wood, and the other colors are really easy to match somehow. I don't know why they did this with the wood. Well, it's great that we have so many variations of wood color, but if you don't have many other colors, it's really difficult to match all of that. Because the greens and the oranges and pinks and purples and what else are really the same. And so, yeah, it's kind of difficult. Um, what am I doing now? I don't really know. I think I'm just decorating the walls again, and um, I try to make it look more like somebody is actually living in there. And the curtains, yeah. In the series, they had actually this kind of curtains. But I think in this build or in The Sims, it doesn't really fit the style somehow. I don't know why. Because yeah, as I mentioned in the series, they look quite as colorful, and the pattern is the same almost. So I'm working now on Aria's bedroom, and I'm changing the furniture I already put in because um, I just put it in there to look how it would look, or how to where to put it, and how the sizes of the different furniture would look together. And here I'm trying to do some kind of a window bench, which I believe, well, at least it seems for me as if every house in America has these window benches. And I really, really, really want a window bench, and I don't have one. And I think it's so great to have one to read on there or something, or just paint, or I don't know, just to relax on there. And it's so cozy and looks really homely for me. Here I'm trying to do Aria's desk, and she has a lot of pictures on the wall over the desk, and yeah, just a lot of clutter in this room, and that's also why it isn't possible to use the window benches actually, because she has so much clutter on them, which I moved upwards with the move objects and the bracket keys, and therefore she can't sit on them, but there are many possibilities to sit in that room. I will put some kind of a proof in there, if this is the word, and yeah, she can sit on the table. No, not on the table. That would be really awkward. She could sit on her bed or at the chair, which is beneath her desk. Um, yeah, what I actually noticed as I put in these clutter items on the walls and on the shelves, if you change the wall color or the floor color after a while, you have to do everything again. And yeah, I had to do that twice, I think. And here I'm trying to imitate the style of her bed a little bit, because Aria herself has many cushions on her bed, but there aren't any in Sims 4, so I had to um, imagine something and make something up. And so I put a lot of plushies on there. But I think in the final version, if you want to download it of the gallery, um, there is the possibility that they aren't there again, because I think I changed the color or something and they disappeared, and I didn't see it after I uploaded it to the gallery, and I didn't want to do it all again. Yeah, here again, the color of this dresser is as well, it's okay, but it really doesn't match the other brown colors of the room, and this is quite annoying. Yeah, and I try to do the closet as it is in Aria's actual room, but it just didn't look very good, and so I decided to make it make it a little bit different. But well, at least it looks good. And I think the room she has in this house I built is a little bit bigger than it's in the series. Yeah, just because you can't really measure it. And yeah, well, I could have done that, but then again, the shape of the house or of the overall house would be really different, and I would have changed the outside of the house again and the shape and the floor plan, and that was too difficult. And I didn't want to do that because it's okay if it isn't everything 100% right. At least I think so, if it looks good, or if it looks, yeah, if it looks right from the inside, or if the room looks good. And I really like her room. I think I would love to play in this house actually, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, perhaps in the first part, that I want to start game save where I put all of the houses in there from Pretty Little Liars and all of the people in there, and just um, play my own story. Um, I think I don't want to do all of the houses they have in the series, but just the ones I like. I would love to do Hannah's house, for example, because I think the kitchen is really great, and also Spencer's house because again the kitchen is really really beautiful. Don't know if I want to do Emily's house, um, just because, well, at least it's my feeling that we don't see the house that often in the series, and it would be a lot more difficult to rebuild it in The Sims 4. But I think her bedroom is really really pretty. Um, Even though I don't like the colors a lot, but I think it's still pretty cute. And I think I don't want to do Allison's house as well because yeah, well, I don't know. I just don't like it as much, perhaps. But I will definitely do Ezra's apartment because it's just so, yeah, special, and yeah, it looks really nice. Um, well, now we're in Mike's bedroom, and again, it was difficult to fit the style and the colors and everything like it is in the series, and it isn't really possible. So I decided to use some kind of another desk that would somehow fit this style because it isn't possible to make everything 100% accurate, but well, again, at least it looks nice and I can live with that. Um, and I don't know if you already noticed it, but yeah, I love to put a lot of clutter in the rooms because I just think it looks really lived in and realistic, and I really like that. And we're not quite finished with Mike's room. Um, there's some kind of, well, there's some items that are missing yet, and but we're working on that. And I think his room is kind of messy, even though there isn't too much stuff on the floor. But also in the series, I think somehow his room has a messy touch to me, and I don't know why. Perhaps just because it's a boys' room, and I don't really have experience with boys' rooms because I'm a girl and I have just sisters, and that's why. Here I'm trying to do the small bathroom Mike has, and I know it's quite, I think it's red somehow, and I know it has a red toilet, but there isn't a red toilet in The Sims 4. Um, and so I decided to pick the green one and make the room quite green. And it's really sad that we don't have yeah, how are they called, consoles in The Sims 4, because that would be really nice. I think we had them in The Sims 3, and therefore here's just this small TV on the TV bench and no console. Although I would imagine him to play with that. Now we're in the kitchen again. I don't know if I recorded that part because it looks quite different now. Um, yeah, I know I'm hopping from one room to another, but um, I had to furnish the house as I was watching the series because otherwise you would be totally irritated and perhaps get crazy or something or become crazy. And I think also because Byron is a teacher and Ella is as well, I think. Um, I thought that chess table fits into the room really well, and that's why I kept it, even though I think they don't have any in the house. Um, and yeah, I'm changing the curtains because they didn't look right, as I mentioned before, and putting in some more furniture in Aria's room. Yeah, just clutter it up and make it more unique because Aria has a really unique style, and I really like that. Even though the clothes that the clothes they were in the series are sometimes quite exaggerated, and I don't think my mom um, would have allowed me to go to school with that kind of clothes on, but well, it's a TV series, and we all know that it's not like that in reality. At least I think so. I don't know how it is today. But I think in some schools there are quite strict rules what you are allowed to wear and what not. Um, yeah, and I don't know if it is actually in America. Here I'm doing Ella's and Byron's room, and I don't think we ever see that in the series. Um, yeah, that's why I made something up and tried to fit the style of the house again and made it quite old-fashioned and again brown and cream, and yeah, I think that looks really nice. And I think um they would love music, and that's why I put these um that musical picture above their bed. And I think they would have a lot of paintings and photographs of all the places they were actually, because I imagine them to make a lot of vacations and travel a lot. And that's why what I wanted to resemble with the paintings. And this is another bathroom which belongs to everyone because just Mike um, has his own bathroom. Actually, I think as I uploaded the house to the gallery, I said it has 3 bathrooms. But well, when I did so, I just lied, and I'm sorry for that. Uh, that just happens. Yeah, I'm dizzy right now because I just turn around so much. Um, yeah, I think I'm trying to furnish the hallway at least a little bit because I don't tend to do that in The Sims 4, but I think it would be realistic in reality to have a furnished hallway because why not? It's just a room and it would look quite empty without anything in there. And yeah, that's why I put something in there. And I think I will change that one corner on the right side a little bit because as I was watching the series, I think I saw a chair on that side, and that's why I deleted that bookshelf on there over there. And what am I doing right now? I don't know. Oh yeah, this is the part I um I looked forward to because I this is the room I love the most in the series. And this is also where I don't want to spoil, but you have probably seen the series. And when Aria is coming together with her self-defense trainer. They are watching TV in this room. And I really couldn't locate it somewhere in the house, and that's why I just made this up. And I think the room would be located at the back of the house, and that's why I just did it. And I think it looks good in there when we eventually go, or when we eventually get the finished room, because I think it's a long journey till we have the right look. And I think the rest of the video will be just furnishing this room. And again, there are so many columns in the room and so much wood. And I think I turn around the sofa and the couch table. If this is even a word, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I will turn that around to the left side. Because I somewhere saw this on the internet, and I rewatched the series, and I just couldn't find that room. So I had to Google it, and there were a few pictures of that room, but I didn't really know what to look for, because this isn't really a living room, and it's not really a study, or just a study, and it was really difficult to look after it. But eventually I got it, and yeah, I think I really like this room, even though I have the feeling that the rooms in Aria's house in the series are pretty small, and there is a lot of furniture in them, so it looks as if the stuff is really cramped in there. And I think they can move around in these rooms, and I play tested it, and they can sit down on the sofa in this room, and they can watch TV and go around, so it shouldn't be a problem. The only problem I see is just in Aria's room, so they can't sit down on that not TV bench, on that window bench. But yeah, I don't think that's a real problem, because there are enough seating possibilities. So I'm trying to do the back garden of the house that you don't see in the series as well, and I try to imagine how it could look, and yeah, just made something up again. And I didn't really I didn't really know what to do with it, because I'm not that good in gardening, and yeah, I just put some flowers in there, and somehow in the end it looks quite decent. And yeah, that's all that matters, isn't it? And there I'm making a small barbecue area, because there was such a big porch and I didn't know what to do with it. And yeah, I imagine them to have a lot of plants over there and some seating possibilities, and just yeah, they could enjoy their time out there if they want to. And I think I will switch back into the interior, and do the study again. But I just wanted to finish the backyard or the back garden and put something out there, because I don't think they would have a fence on their lot. Well, that just didn't look right in my opinion, and so I just wanted it to look as if they can go outside and yeah, to the backyard and into the woods from there. That's what I imagined it to be like. Putting some flowers in there again, and painting the terrain paint, and I didn't want to look it as green as the other colors nearby. But yeah, so I changed it a little bit. And again, working on the shape of the house, and putting a little garden door in there as well, because I realized if they drive with their car till the end and there wouldn't be a door, that would be quite awkward. yeah, reshaping the kitchen. And I think we will come to an end in a few minutes. And we're just doing small changes on the interior and putting some more items in there and a little bit more furniture. Yeah, but we're quite I'm quite happy with that build, and I think it will be finished every second. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I think just repositioning some of the items in the room. Yeah, and making yeah done. Now I know again. Just making the room with the sitting area in the study a little bit bigger and repositioning the columns and um, the door, I think, because it's not necessary that the study area is so big. And I noticed that, and it's a lot more it looks a lot nicer with that many space, with that much space. And I thought I saw a door in the series in the back of the study, and that's why I put it there, and they can go outside from that room too, which is quite nice, I think. Again, just repositioning all of the items because it didn't look as I wanted it to look, and it didn't look quite as in the series, and I wanted it to be quite accurate, and that's why I did it. And I think in the series this room is really dark, and it wasn't possible to do that in The Sims just because there are so many lights in this room. Yeah, and that simply wasn't possible. And I think we are going into the screenshots in any second. So I'm looking forward to that. I think they're really decent. If you want to download that house, you can do that on the gallery using my user ID Lemony87. And if you want to place it in your game, you have to use the move objects cheat before you place it down in build mode, and I think then it will work. And that's all from me for now. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys!